going on YouTube? It's your boy Killer Cam Friend coming back at you with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. And today we're going to be going over part 3 of our balanced offensive ebook. We're going to be going over a super unique formation that I don't think really many of you have ever seen online, but it is super viable, and we will go over all the reasons why. Quick thing, if you guys have not seen part 1 and 2 of my balanced offensive ebook, I definitely recommend that you check it out. This is a really good formation audible to from my other formations that I do run as my base formations, both single back tight flex and single back bunch. Both of those ebook videos are on the channel. If you guys are new, please consider subscribing if you do like the content. Any comments, likes, shares really helps the channel, helps me reach other people looking for my content or content like it. Really helps in the algorithm, so leave any kind of comment, like down below. We're going to hop straight into this video after a word from our sponsor. If you're in need of MUT coins, we got you covered. Head down to my sponsor, awhile.com, for the cheapest, fastest, and most reliable MUT coins in the game. Don't forget to use discount code CAM for an additional 3% off. Link is in the description. When we're talking about any kind of offensive game plans, you guys, of course, are going to want to know where we're spending our AP. As far as ability points go on offense, we definitely do want to make sure that we have at least 2 of the big 3 on our quarterback. Pass lead, elite, or set feed lead is completely necessary to throw the ball in this game. If you guys are playing without it and you guys switch to it, it's going to make a huge difference. You're going to win so many more games. Set feet lead / pass lead elite, any kind of velocity abilities are completely necessary to play this game online at this point, with the DBs being so fast and having such high zone coverage and man coverage even. They're going to react to the ball so quickly that you're going to want to have some kind of velocity ability to fire that thing in there without them reacting any kind of crazy. So Mark Brunell is going to have fearless hot route master and set feet lead for us. Of course, we do have the quad father with the 2 AP X factor plus the 1 AP persistent. We also do have closer on him for 0 AP. It's going to make it to where in the second half, if he does get deactivated for whatever reason, he's going to light back up in 3 plays instead of in 5, so it's really going to help you close out those games. Tyreek Hill, route tech for 1 AP, short out elite for 0 AP. CD Lamb, 0 AP, short in elite, really help against route running, really just fry against man coverage in general. Short in elite is completely necessary if you're not running route tech. You guys need to make sure that your receivers are getting separation against man coverage. We also have short and elite on George Kittle and Gronkowski. Drake London is going to have short and elite and red zone threat. Red zone threat, you can high ball to him in the red zone. Pretty much a guaranteed catch every single time. Really helps you score in the red zone, especially when you couple that with the quad father X factor. You're going to be pretty much unstoppable on offense. Joe Thomas does have fool me once. I'm messing with this red zone threat. I didn't have an extra AP, so I took off an edge protector. We're going to see how that works in this game. Alan Faneca does have puller elite for 0 AP, 0 AP post up on the Red Tornado, Ryan Jensen, Marshall Yonda, Nasty Streak, and puller elite for 0 AP, Andrew Thomas, Identifier, and 1 AP Secure Protector. So those are our abilities on offense. That is what we are rocking with. Let's hop right into practice mode, and I'll show you guys this offense. Alright, boys, so the formation we're going to be going over today is Trey Y Flex week. This is actually like the 5th time I've tried to record this. I've had so many issues with my mic. I've had to go get a new mic. My audio just hasn't been recording right whatsoever, so hopefully this take is the one. But I really know what I'm trying to get down here. I'm trying to bang across these points, that way this video is not super long, and I'm going to have a lot more formations coming out on this balanced ebook. Obviously, I went over like 7 parts with my spread offensive ebook. I plan on doing the same, if not more, for this balanced playbook, because I think it is super unique, and there are so many things you can utilize in this game. Audibling around is one of the best things that you can do, really catching your opponent off guard, and I think the formation we're going to be going over today is really good to utilize those kind of things because of some of the unique concepts you can create out of this and some of the unique plays it has stock in here. So our formation audibles are going to be PA cross shot, 0-1 trap, motion verticals, motion fade smash. Now if you're coming out in this play or this formation stock, you can come out in inside zone, just so you have another play active. We're going to be going up against baseline dollar here because baseline dollar is probably the most popular defense you're going to see online. And this inside zone does a pretty good job at attacking dollar. Obviously, a lot of people are going to pinch their line, press, stuff like that. But you can get pretty decent yardage if we don't get a crazy shed up the middle from Warren Sapp. I do have two inside stuffs on my line right here, so running the ball is not going to be as effective as it would against a lot of people. And I have noticed that out of this formation, you do see a lot of auto sheds and really auto gap shoots from the opposing defense. For whatever reason, they just shoot the gap beautifully. Right here, we see the quad father is just incredible. So I really recommend that you guys use this card. I know it's like 3 AP to have the X Factor and persistent, but I think it's totally worth it just to have the threat to break a tackle every single play. And he's so hard to bring down in the backfield. You guys are really going to be able to utilize this a lot, especially with how many good runs there are in this playbook. So 0-1 trap. This is a very, very good 0-1 trap. Most people are going to man this sub linebacker to this slot receiver right here. I'm going to go ahead and do that just so we can get a little bit better of a feel of how this 0-1 trap will actually play online. For whatever reason, practice mode sheds are insane. So a lot of the time, you're not going to see the same results as you will in a game. We do get some pretty decent yardage right there. One of the main keys when you are running the ball online is to make sure that you do not hit the turbo/sprint button until you hit your hole. That's really how you're going to take off and break runs for huge gains in this. If you guys hit turbo before you hit your hole, then the defense is going to shed automatically, and you're going to get hit in the backfield quite often. You want to make sure that you're not even touching that sprint button a little bit until you find that gap. You want to accelerate through it and then hopefully bust a run for a huge gain. But this 0-1 trap is very, very good. Don't get me wrong, this 0-1 trap is excellent. You're going to pick up very, very good yardage very consistently with this 0-1 trap. And also we have the inside zone. We also do have a couple more runs out of this formation that I think are definitely viable. They're outside runs, so you might have a little bit of success if you are going up against inside stuffs like I do have on my line. RPO peak zone pop. Against dollar, outside runs aren't as effective because you have those blitzing slot DBs, and a lot of the time what they'll do is they will come in and just blow the run up in the backfield. But we see that we are able to almost find a little bit of a hole there. This isn't a super great run, but it is something that you can definitely utilize once or twice. As we see right here, the alignment with this is weird. It's also really hard to throw the RPOs out of this. It doesn't give you very much time to throw them. So if you're somebody that really likes to throw RPOs, this might not be for you. Now, we might be able to hit this RPO to Drake London right here, but we're going to get hit in the backfield regardless. Against man coverage, RPOs are not the move whatsoever. I just want you guys to realize that this is here in case you want it. We also have this little out route to George Kittle. That is a decent option for an RPO. There's quite a few options on this RPO. George Kittle is probably the best one against man coverage to hopefully pick up some yards out of the backfield just like so. So these are the runs and the RPOs out of this formation. I really want to get into the pass plays though, because that is the cream of the crop when it comes to this formation. Now we see that right away the alignment is very, very wacky when it comes to baseline dollar against this formation. We see right away that this slot receiver in CeeDee Lamb is not manned up. So we want to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and man him up with this sub linebacker right here. That is what most people are going to do. Sometimes they might man this guy up to him, but when he moves over like that, that's a dead giveaway that this guy right here is manned up to him. So we're going to go ahead and leave him blitzing because that's what you're going to see online quite frequently. They're going to leave both these slot corners blitzing or they're going to zone them out into coverage, something like that. But most of the time, they're probably going to go ahead and blitz these guys just because man coverage in this game is still super, super good and something that you can take advantage of frequently. Also, right away, we notice with the play art right here that the guy made up to the running back is all the way across the screen in Ronnie Lott right here. So what people might do is go ahead and do something like this. man this guy up like that, man him up like that, put him on a cloud flat, something like this. But if they do this, then obviously we have the auto motion that we can hit to the running back in the flat real quick, truck somebody, and maybe take it all the way to the crib. These auto motions are something that you can really take advantage of against man coverage. You guys saw it a lot in my spread offensive ebook. These auto motions are a staple of that offense. Even with a safety coming down like this, a lot of the time you'll still be able to break a tackle or even make somebody miss with like a juke or a spin move or something and take this all the way to the crib. This auto motion running back route is very, very good. And we see that even pros are utilizing this. Somebody that is currently in the quarterfinals of the Madden Bowl runs a similar offense to this, where you do have the auto motion swing routes from the running back. JT Cole is running the spread offensive playbook, and this is one of the staples of the spread offensive playbook. Obviously, I went over this early in the year because that was the main playbook that I ran for the majority of the year, but we have switched to the balance, obviously, because I am doing this ebook series right now. But against man coverage, obviously, we have the running back swing route, and this is something that you can take advantage of frequently. Once they notice that you throw this swing route a lot, they might leave this guy manned up right here, and if they do, something that you can take advantage of is a wheel route to the running back out of the backfield just real quick. Obviously, the guy manned up on him is all the way across the field, so you can hit him on a quick wheel route and pick up yardage very, very quickly every single time. Boom. He's not going to be able to get 20 yards down to that wheel route quick enough. You're going to be able to throw that every single time against baseline spinner, unless they user it, which they probably will end up using the running back at some point. But they're not going to know which direction you're going. If you put them on a wheel route, if you're running an 0-1 trap, they have to be in position to actually shoot that run or to be able to make any kind of tackle on it. Because 0-1 traps obviously are so good in this game that if you don't have your run shoots down or if your user is not in the right spot, then you're going to have the threat of cribbing that, especially with A.J. Dillon coming out of the backfield with that freight train lit up pretty much at all times. So there's a lot you can do with your running back out of this formation, and that's why I think it makes it so viable online, because the threat for your running back to come across the formation on that auto motion swing route and the threat from the quick wheel route really make it hard to play man coverage against this. Really, really make it hard to play man coverage. Not to mention that if they do play man coverage and say they do find a way to guard that swing route and the wheel route from the running back, we do have some other threats on this play. Obviously, right away, we see that we do have this route. This actually got played super, super well. That's not something that you're going to see very often. But we do have this route to CeeDee Lamb right here that will fry man coverage frequently if you do have enough time. Now, I'm not setting up protection, but we see that we are able to get separation, and we're actually able to take this pretty much all the way to the crib. We are going to be able to crib this with CeeDee Lamb. Break a little tackle right there. Short and elite does fire on this nice little crossing route, and it's something you're going to be able to take advantage of frequently. And if they do press, I went over my abilities, obviously. Against press coverage, short out elite is going to be excellent. This route from Tyreek Hill right here, if you do get pressed, is going to be a touchdown pretty much every single time. As we see, short out elite does light up right here, and we are able to hit that super, super deep. That streak is going to be a touchdown every single time if there's no safety help over the top and they do press you with a short out elite right there. So that's why we have Tyreek Hill on the outside. I do like to have Drake London right here in the middle of my trips look, just because I like to have my tallest receiver right there. We'll get into that shortly once we start going up against zone coverage. But this play right here is money against man. There are so many things you can do. Obviously, we throw the high ball right there real quick, and we're able to take that all the way to the crib again. You can also fire it in real quick to Drake London. Their user's going to be a little bit distracted, obviously, because of the running back swing route. So we're going to be able to fire that thing in there. Short and elite does activate, and again, we're going to be able to take that very, very far, almost to the crib, but that's like a 50-yard gain right there on just a super quick hitting throw. So we're going to make them zone out this blitzing corner on the left side or man him up to the running back, depending on what we're doing with them. Or they're just going to make him go to straight zone coverage, because man coverage is going to give, or this formation, I'm sorry, is going to give man coverage so many issues just because of the running back. And, of course, the short out elite and short in elites that we have on Tyreek Hill and our two slot receivers right there. Also, we have short in elite on Kittle. One thing to mention, if we do get enough time on this, a lot of the time we're going to be able to hit that drag over the middle. That is Champ Bailey on him, so he's playing pretty lockdown coverage. But if they do shade over the top, which is something that people are going to pretty much do once they realize that you have a short out elite, this drag should get even more open over the middle. We are able to hit it right there just for a quick little pickup. You can also put him on a slant if you don't like the drag. Gives you a little bit more of a quick hitting option against a blitz. Again, we're able to hit him over the middle. His user is distracted with the auto motion route from the running back. There's just so many things that you can do with this. If they're running man coverage, the options are just endless. So let's go ahead and get into zone. DB Fire is something that you're going to see frequently online too. And if they do run DB Fire, you can run this just the same way. And we're going to be able to hit this high ball to Drake London right there every single time. Every single time. If we see that slot corner is blitzing, we're going to be able to high ball to Drake London every single time. So that's pretty much what you want to read there. If they are in zone or they're running zone frequently, you see that they are in DB Fire, we're going to be able to hit Drake London on that high ball right away every single time. And that's going to be quick, easy yardage. If they do guard that, then we should have CeeDee Lamb up the middle. Say they come out in DB Fire and they're using this guy, and they go ahead and take that Drake London route away, then we're going to be able to hit CeeDee Lamb right at the middle. Just the same way. Verticals against any kind of zone is going to destroy it for the most part. There's always going to be something that you're going to be able to throw quick if you do make the right reads. And this play is something that you can pound over and over again. It's going to be so hard for your opponent to stop. They're really going to have to make some crazy adjustments to stop just this play. And that's what makes this formation so good. This is a great money play. Also, if we do get enough time against man coverage, this Drake London route is going to split off at about 9 yards. Short and elite is going to fire on that as well. And we're going to be able to hopefully rack that up the field for a big gain. So this play against man and zone is money. If they do run something like a cover 4, then same thing. We should be able to hit Drake London on this high ball right here. We can leave the auto motion, and we just wait for him to hit a little soft spot in the zone right there, and we're going to be able to high ball it. That's why I like to have my tallest receiver right there. I think it is very, very important for this formation to have your tallest receiver right in the middle right there. So we saw what this one play can do to both man and zone. If they did run something like DB Fire and say they man this guy up and they try to user this guy right here, if we do have enough time, let's just say they man the running back up like this. If we do have enough time, we're going to be able to hit Cheetah down the sideline for a touchdown. As we see, we're going to be able to fire that thing in there against a cover 2. Again, if you have time, you're going to be able to hit Tyreek for a touchdown. Also, if they do run DB Fire, baseline press, and you are able to pick the blitz up, the best way to pick it up is to probably double team the middle, ID this blitzing slot corner, and slide to the left. That would be my best bet in picking it up. Let's go ahead and see if it does that. And we were able to pick it up, step up in the pocket, fire that thing in for an easy touchdown, even if they are sending the crib at a DB Fire. So this play is super viable against both man and zone. The auto motion from the running back is going to throw man coverage through a loop, and it's really going to distract our user. And that's when we can get into some more passing concepts out of this. Let's go ahead and focus on more of a zone coverage type look now. One more thing against man coverage. I'm sure you guys know this from playing this game all year. But if they are playing off man coverage, which they probably will on Tyreek Hill, just because obviously the short out elite, if you press him, he's going to fry. You can always put him on a C route, and C routes are going to kill man coverage. Obviously, we did not have the time there, but C routes are going to kill man coverage in general. Say they do something like that. You should be able to fire this C route in there deep for a huge gain. And he's actually playing really good coverage on that. That is Cromartie right there on Tyreek Hill. But generally, C routes are going to absolutely fry against man coverage. I think they work better with bigger receivers, to be honest with you. Tyreek Hill obviously isn't the biggest, but he does have route tech, so he's going to fry on that route more often than not. Let's go ahead and hop into another play that we can use to really beat zone coverage. Obviously, you can create whatever route combos you want out of this motion verticals play. You can create a flood concept to the left with a flat, a corner, and then you can keep the streak from Tyreek Hill. That nice little fade route is going to do a great job at clearing out any kind of deep zone to the sideline, which is going to let you fire that corner route or that flat route in there, depending on how they're playing their zone drops. The play I want to go over is motion fade smash. Obviously, we keep this motion fade concept, but we're going to pretty much force our opponent to play zone coverage. And when they do play zone coverage, cover 4 is the look that most people are going to go to. We're going to make them over adjust, and we're going to try to hit them with a nice bomb down the sideline, which is going to be super effective and something that not a lot of people are going to see coming. This Drake London route does a great job at getting in the soft spot of zones, specifically deep zones on the sideline. And it's not a corner route. It's something that your opponent's really not going to see coming. So we can go ahead and keep this auto motion to the running back, and we keep this route just how it is. Obviously, we have the streak from Tyreek Hill to clear it out. But we see how this does a great job at attacking a cover 4 on the sideline, something that really you only see with corner routes this year. Obviously, attacking the sideline is the best way to attack zone, but this gets in a really nice soft spot on the sideline right there. We see it works against pressed and off coverage, cover 4. You just put Tyreek on a streak right here, and you're going to be able to fire that thing into the sideline. You really just want to pass lead it straight down, or even a little bit down into the sideline. I'm free-forming it. So we're just free-forming it straight down into the sideline. And you can really do whatever you want with the rest of this play. This route is just going to be what you want to keep. And then, of course, you want to keep the clear-out streak from Tyreek Hill. That way, any kind of deep zone that outside corner might be in is going to follow Tyreek on the streak. And then we're going to be able to fire that thing into London right there for a nice big gain. This is also something that you're going to be able to throw consistently against pretty much every single zone coverage in the game, and it's really going to make your opponent adjust with this. I have my flats on 25. I can show you guys what this looks like against this 25-yard hard flat, and even against that, you're still going to be able to fire this thing in there. It's just a little bit of a different throw. We see we are able to fit that thing in there. Now, if they do have zone KOs, you can wait a little bit longer, because obviously zone KOs are going to knock the ball out if you don't throw it right. So we can wait a little bit longer, hit it on the sideline just like that, toe tap. If you guys practice this in practice mode, I promise you will get this throw down. And this is a great way to attack the sideline when your opponent's in zone coverage without running some kind of combo like this. That is just super basic and something your opponent's going to see coming. If they see corner route, they're going to run right to the corner route. This is going to work against zone coverage, obviously. This streak corner flat flood concept is probably the most popular zone beating concept in the game. You can also go ahead and put this guy on. Let's go ahead and reset this play. I also like the idea of putting this guy on a flat right here. That way we can pull down any kind of flat zone they have on the sideline. And of course we didn't catch it. But I do like the idea of putting this guy on a flat. So let's go ahead and see how this thing plays out. And that flat, honestly, is making it play a little bit different. So let's go ahead and put him on an out route instead. And we can put our running back on a streak. I really do like this route combo as well. And there we go. Perfect animation. You can throw that on the sideline all day long. I'm not going to beat a dead horse and show you this a million times. But one thing I do like to do with this play is actually put some kind of routes in the middle of the field that's really going to stress the user. Something like this. Slant post is a great way at attacking zone coverage. And it's really going to make the user choose between one of the two. Meanwhile, we're going to have this quick hitting route to the sideline for a huge gain if they don't user it. So you can mix up who's on the slant, who's on the post. I like to do it this way. That way we don't flood the sideline too deep on the left side where we're trying to throw to Drake London right there. Obviously, we have the auto motion route to the running back if it is open, but you're going to be able to hit that slant or that post pretty much every single time against zone coverage. Really make your opponent think about what he's going to do with his user. And cover 4 drop is one of the most popular defenses in the game right now, and this does a great job at exploiting that. So I just wanted to show you guys this play against zone coverage. We're going to hop into just one more play, and then we're going to call this a video. I'm actually going to be recording a couple other formations in this playbook tonight. We also do have a couple more pass plays out of this, or there's really only the few pass plays. There's the motion stick. The stick play is okay, I guess. I really don't love stick routes this year, or any year for that matter. But this PA cross shot can do a really good job against man coverage as well, especially if they are blitzing. The reason I say that is because most people are going to shade over the top. Set it up just like this. I like to put my slot receiver, Drake London, right here on a whip route. And what I'm going to do is actually motion George Kittle in. And when you don't get pressed on this little speed out route, it does a great job of getting separation against man. We were not able to throw it right there. Obviously, we got hollered at. But go ahead and set something like this up. We also have this really, really nice deep post route to Tyreek Hill over the top if you do have time to throw it and there's no safety help. And then we have this really, really nice crosser to CeeDee Lamb as well. But we see that we get pressed into the ground right here, and we are able to throw this little speed out. I'm pass leaning it too far to the sideline. But you saw how I got pressed right there. If I put George Kittle in the tight end spot, he can't get pressed by the DB. And that's really going to change up how this route runs. Let's go ahead and put him on a slant right there. See if we can not get screamed at. And see how that little speed out does a great job at getting separation against man coverage really quick. It doesn't take very long to develop at all. And a lot of the time, if you put your tight end in a spot like this, people are going to expect a corner route. The tight end corner route is good. Obviously, you can use that against man coverage. But it's something that your opponent's going to see coming more often than not. If you do keep the route that we just talked about, that little speed out, you can also do that, obviously. The tight end corner route is going to fry man coverage pretty much every single time, especially with short and elite. But this little speed out is also going to do a great job against man coverage. I think a lot of the reason we've been getting screamed at so much is because I have been keeping my user right here on a blitz. This is who I would user in dollar most of the time. So when he is on the blitz, as far as the CPU is concerned, they're sending 6 people at us and we're getting screamed at every single time. The play action, I'm not really sure what happened right there. we got hollered. I actually like to cancel the play action. So let's go ahead and cancel the play action. Bam, just like that. I'll show you one more time. And this route just does not fire the same if you get pressed. But if you don't get pressed, this route is money. And we actually have, who do we have on him right here? This is Champ Bailey, who is activated. So that is never good. We don't want our DBs activated in offensive ebook videos. But even against the blitz, this route, very, very good. Speed outs are very underutilized this year. We see he fries his man coverage, and we're able to take that up the field for about a 10 to 15 yard gain. So that's about all I got for this video, boys. I definitely recommend you mix in the run heavily if you do run this formation online. This 0-1 trap is super, super good. A couple of those RPOs are definitely decent. The inside zone is good, but the 0-1 trap is something that is very, very deadly, especially if you do have this A.J. Dillon card. And these other plays can do a great job at attacking both man and zone coverage. I think this is a great secondary or tertiary formation to audible into from your other formations that you run out of this playbook. Obviously, I run the single back type flex and the single back bunch. I think those are both very, very good formations as well. And this is all super off meta. This is stuff that your opponent most likely has never seen before, and it's going to take him quite a while to adjust, especially if you're mixing all these different formations. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content from your boy. I'm going to record a couple more of these formations, and I'm going to put them out to you as quick as possible. It's your boy Killer Cam Friend. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.